Hi everybody, this is Caroline Sutherby and welcome to Up, Down and Around Town. Okay, for so many of you people, you're probably busy getting ready for the Easter hunt and all the goodies come this Sunday. For some of you people that weren't aware, I went down to Our Lady of Scapular and they have been selling, or should I say given to people to donate Easter baskets. And the person that was in charge to pick up was Mimi Missions. And my guest said they heard about her. I'm sorry to say I didn't, but I found out that they became organized in 2015. And this was a picture of the people that came in to get the deliveries. They picked up already over 100 baskets, so thank the people for donating their money so people can have baskets for their kids, okay? All right, we're going right to our guest because John Truitt's been on, but this is the week we have to talk about because Friday after Easter is when the Tin Can Tourist group is coming in to the theater lot.
Correct.
And he brought a couple of guests because, hey, why don't you say, what's happening now? How did you guys get involved to make this commitment?
Well, we visited in 2015, or 2017, I'm sorry, and we wanted to come back. And as we talked about in the last episode, when we visit towns, we like to tie in with the local charity or two, so there's some real benefit to the town, other than us just having a good time in town. And so there's about 3 things we'll be doing. We'll have our open house on Friday, and then by popular demand, we've added a couple more hours on Saturday for the open house for the trailers. And again, that's the vintage campers. We have one that's a 1926 Claire that is scheduled to come. That's the oldest one, and a 1935 Bolus. And then several makes and models that represent all eras of the RV industry. I just did a nice walkabout yesterday around the theater lot. I'd like to give a big shout out to the volunteers that cleaned up downtown over the past weekend. Bags and bags and bags of debris were cleaned up, all natural stuff, of course, thanks to the winter. But downtown's looking great. And the weather's looking pretty good, so we're hoping that the 10-day forecast is accurate. So my people are getting really excited about coming, and there's been all kinds of stuff on Facebook about it. So we're excited. So.
Okay. So Sarah and Rita got connected with this because what are we doing on that day?
Okay, so during the open house, what I'm asking the public to do is help us celebrate our 100th anniversary. The group is called Tin Can Tourist, and the short history is because all of these campers starting in 1919 would head south for the winter, bringing all kinds of tin can food. And that was their eats for 4, 5, 6 months. So we'd like to ask the public to bring tin can food, canned foods in to help support Sarah and the soup kitchen, the Wyandotte soup kitchen. And so Sarah's here to talk about that. And then part of the Tin Can Tours today is we recycle, repurpose, and restore. And I met Rita at an Earth Day where they're taking recyclable bags and turning them into sleeping mats for the homeless here in Metro Detroit. So Rita's here today too to show us some of the mats and tell us about her organization and what goes into making these mats and delivering them.
Okay, who wants to talk first? Sarah's been here.
I'm a veteran.
Yeah, but you know what? It's good to know that you're still doing your work, and it's great. Probably the best thing to do in case somebody doesn't know, where are you located? What days are the people coming in for food?
Perfect. So we are located inside First Congregational Church, which is at the corner of First and Superior. And we're open on Wednesdays and Saturdays from 12 to 1. And we serve a hot meal and also give a bagged meal to take home. And so what's really important to me is to tell people that a lot of times people associate soup kitchens with people who are homeless, and we do have a homeless population that relies upon us. But we also serve seniors from both of the co-ops that are so nearby, and families and people who are working in the community who just need a little extra help, or even people who are looking for companionship and fellowship. And so we encourage people to come and join us, and there's no questions asked. We have a sign-in sheet so we can keep a tally of how many we serve, but we really don't care if you write down your name as Daffy Duck. We just want to know how many people we served on that particular day. So we have the feeling that all are welcome, and we've been there for 12 years, and so we're still there.
Yeah. That time goes by fast.
It goes by very quickly.
Yeah. How many people do you basically serve on a day?
Well, on average, we might have about 40 to 50 people who come. But we have some special events, like some Christmas celebrations and other giveaways and things like that, where we might have 150 or more people. And we always say that it's not the same people each time. We have some people who are maybe living in a van and they're passing through and they hear about us, and we never see them again. Or we have families who come only when they're really desperate and they need help. And we do have some regulars who are personalities who are there every single time. So we always say if we put all the people who've been served by our soup kitchen into a room, we'd have to get another building just because there's so many people that we've helped through the years.
Okay.
Thank you.
And that is on First and Superior?
Yes.
Okay.
And you enter through the parking lot doors.
Okay.
Handicap accessible.
And Wednesdays and Saturdays, 12 to 1?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you need all the help you can get too. What kind of food do you basically need?
Well, we try to make sure that we have healthy options for our guests because we know that people who are living in poverty do have access to things like maybe a hot dog or, unfortunately, a big bottle of pop is cheaper than a big bottle of orange juice, that kind of thing. And so we try to have really healthy, balanced meals. But things like canned goods really do help us because not only do we keep them on our shelves so that we can give them to people who are having food emergencies, but we also do cook with them. So if someone donates 2 cans of green beans, pretty soon we put them all together when everybody donates and we serve green beans. We do need things like canned fruits and vegetables, chicken noodle soup, those sorts of things. And then even in the summertime, we sometimes have gardeners who might come and say, I have some extra tomatoes, can I bring you some tomatoes? And can you slice them and serve them to your guests? And so we're really open to try and make sure that we address there's food shortages in our community, but it's not because there's a limit of food, it's just that there's a lot of food waste that isn't getting to the right places. So we try to make use of those surpluses.
Okay. And Rita came here because, well, I have to show this. First of all, you want to help out. This, I think, is sharp. And you said you did this at Downriver Veterans?
Well, actually, one of our Plarners was gifted red and blue and white Plarn plastic bags. And so knowing that, we decided to make a red, white, and blue flag, of course, the United States flag. And so we had a meeting at Downriver for Veterans, and we brought this there, and we plan to make another one just for them. But that is a Plarn flag.
That's special, yeah.
Yes.
Meanwhile, probably have give an idea of.
Meanwhile, this is another one from.
Would you explain what Plarn is and how it comes to be?
Plarn is actually a plastic yarn, and this is made out of grocery bags. This is Walmart bags and Myers, and this is a fancy one. This is one of our very seasoned crocheters. And they're not always like this. There's the plain ones, and but this is a seasoned crocheter. Our beginners, of course, stick with one color, and we've come from doing the one color to different colors.
Oh,
and,
yeah. That'd
so
be great.
So what happens with me and what we've done, we've taken plastic bags and we recycle them by flattening them out first. We fold them, cut them, and with the cut pieces we loop them together, and we string them and make them into a ball, and that's called Plarn. Okay. So we have a plastic ball of Plarn. So with that Plarn, it's crocheted by our
It's kind of hard to say, isn't it?
Can you say Plarn?
Plarn.
My mother, who has a great Italian accent, cannot say Plarn. So yeah, so we have crocheters that come to our workshop, and they just grab all of the supplies that they need, and at the workshop we don't usually crochet. We just manufacture the Plarn.
Which is the most important part before you even start crocheting. Yeah.
Because you can't have this without, you just need Plarn. So this is what we do. We are making Plarn. So
okay. Now you have different places that you have workshops,
right? Our workshops are, we have 6 of them right now. So I had to write it down because I don't want to forget anybody, but our main workshop is at Christ the Good Shepherd in Lincoln Park. And we're open on Thursday from 10 to 2.
Okay.
And we work in the basement. We also have a workshop in Commons Senior Living Apartments in Taylor.
Okay.
And they're open on Tuesday. Taylor Activity Center in Taylor. They're open on Wednesday. Oak Street Health, they're open on Monday. Our Lady of the Woods, they're open every first and third Wednesday. We have RHS, the students of Roosevelt. We were there today and Tuesday. They're on fire. They're a great group of kids, yeah. And we also started Chesterfield, and they're donating their bags to the county of Macomb.
Okay.
So, but still, we donate a lot of our stuff to Crossroads of Michigan, and they're a huge organization where, I don't know if you're familiar with them, Sarah, but they're Hands Up group. They help get people off the streets. So we've already donated over 500 bags to them, yes.
Well, how long have you been doing this?
Since February 2017.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a lot of people who are all together, working together to make, bags. So it's not just one person.
Okay. If somebody wants to get in touch, what's the best way?
Well, Facebook is always a great tool for us. We have Facebook, and so we are Plarners, Plarners. Plarners. So we are Plarners. We have a group page, and we have a group and a page. So, so we are Plarners, and then we are Plarners@gmail.com is a great source too.
Okay. So another thing too, you mentioned names of community places as well as churches. So I'm sure that if somebody wanted to help, they could get in touch with them.
Oh, we definitely need volunteers. I have a great founding members who are just going all over the place trying to set places up. So they are willing to do a lot and go places to help set up groups. We are looking for leaders, and we are looking for volunteers. We are in very much need, especially John bringing more bags in. We're going to need a lot of help. So.
Well, at one time somebody told me it takes at least 700 bags just to make one.
Yes, it takes 700 bags to make one mat. So that's very right. We need a lot of bags.
The other one.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's also we make a carrying strap so that as the bags are made, we just put them together, and they carry it over their shoulder. So for handy.
So that's you wanted to show just real fast.
Well, this one's just another one too.
This is another one that without being fancy and getting to know how to do something.
Right, and this is just a plain one. So that everybody can just kind of look at and make. This is a Kroger bag.
This is cool.
See? Now you know what it
Isn't it
looks like.
Soft and thick.
Yeah, so we had, actually I just want to tell a quick story too. We have a daughter who had, a mother who had dementia, and her job was to wake up in the morning and take the cut strips, squares that we had, and open them up and make loops. So that was her job, to wake up and have a purpose.
Okay.
And that was important for us to know. That kept us going, to know that seniors, people with mental issues too, and it helped families too. You know, it helped her to cope every day, that she had a purpose to wake up, she had a reason, and just opening the strips was her everyday life until she passed away last year.
Really?
So, and she was 93. She was a beautiful woman, and I'll mention her name, Edna, or Edwina was her name, and she was wonderful and lovely. And we have a lot of people, a lot of seniors that just sit at home, just opening
Want
strips.
something to do.
Yeah,
You know,
and just opening strips was enough. That's what we needed. But we you know, take totes and we bring them to people who need, who help us. And there's a lot of in-home people that can help do things for us.
Okay.
And we're just not a workshop place.
You have
We're all over.
added things to go with it.
Oh, yeah.
It was, when I visited to drop off the last load of bags, it was fascinating to watch. There's many small steps in this process of sorting the bags color-wise, and then cutting them. And you've got some volunteers that are coming up with machines or gadgets to help, because otherwise everyone was doing it by hand with razor blades, and you had young kids there, and some of our elders were there, and there's just plenty of little steps all the way to go to do. So
that's why we want to start now, middle school, high schoolers. We want to get a lot of people involved. So
and
it's great.
so if you'd like to find out more, Rita will be at the open house on Friday, next Friday from 5 to 9, with other Plarner folks and more samples of what they do. And I'm sure we can get a quick crochet lesson in on Friday night, right?
We'll do Plarning instead.
We'll do Plarning. How long does your average person take to crochet one of these now?
I would think like the seasoned crocheter, probably 3 days. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they could whip one out really quick. But you know, starters, it would, depending on how much time they put into it, maybe a couple weeks.
I think once you get the feel of it,
Right.
you know, do faster. But yeah.
Our students right now, they're probably taking a couple, maybe a month, I want to say, but they're just taking their time. They have other things going on, so yeah.
I got to ask you, do you have volunteers to help you?
We do. In fact, we are completely 100% volunteer-based, and so we have no paid staff. And we always say that we would not be able to keep our doors open if it were not for our volunteers. We have people from all over the Wyandotte community and the greater community who come to help us. Even people from out of state have come to help us before.
Really?
But we have some church groups that come on a regular basis. We have some school groups that help us. And just individuals from the community at large that come and help us out. And we really feel that you know, it's such a blessing to have all these people that help us out. And then we're always looking for other groups that would come and help us as well, that might say that they want to bring a group maybe 3 times a year or that kind of thing. So we are completely driven by our volunteers. We couldn't do it without them.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay,
it's
great.
amazing. So we also have a Facebook page. It's Wainwright Community Meals. And I always say, too, that there are a lot of things that go on behind the scenes with a soup kitchen besides just serving the meal or, you know, making some soup or that kind of thing. And so we try to offer a number of services to our guests. So even things like hygiene bags or just help with different issues that they face. And so we can't always predict what those might be. So I always say that no matter what your talent is, there's a way you can use it to help other people. So we've had students come in and play a violin during our meal.
Okay.
Or people who are trying to become a Mary Kay representative came in and did makeovers for our guests. We've offered cooking classes before, and we're always looking for people who might come in and teach financial literacy classes and things like that. So we also have school groups and others who collect items for us, and so even if they can't physically be present with us, we're just grateful for things that people do, you know, whatever their talent is, whatever their passion is. And sometimes it's a gift that you might think is a small thing, but when you share it with others, it really brightens their day. So that's as important as feeding someone's body. It's important to feed their soul too.
So we have to remind everybody, if you have extra bags, I'm sure everybody does, bring them down and get the food for you. Hey, let's go back in time. We have some pictures from the last time that we never showed.
Oh, okay. All right.
And maybe they can flip them on. You can voice over and
Sure.
get an idea with what this is all about.
So once again, next Friday, the 26th, right?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
From
there's
5 to
something.
9 down at the theater lot. This is one of our members. He's working on one of these. You guys, Wyandotters will know this gentleman. He was
Kolakowski.
He does all our cooking for us at
Does he?
our big
Yeah.
rallies at Camp Dearborn. So
Okay.
yeah, he's still around. And here's an interior, all original interior of one of the campers that'll be here. This one was here last time we were here, and it'll be coming back. So,
Okay. Now, do people usually enjoy, like saying, hey, come on in and look around?
Oh yeah, we. It's really funny when people come through, and we'll have people start
Look at
crying.
that.
Yeah,
Cute.
this was a military transport bus in
Was it?
1947, I believe, and at some point it was converted into a motorhome. So that was here in Wyandotte. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, we love giving tours. This is one of my little ones. That's a fiberglass. Here's someone who didn't quite fit in one of the little ones. And then the iconic Airstream, of course. And then the one with the Polish Eagle, he's another Wyandotte resident. He built that teardrop, we call those.
Really?
Right in
Yeah.
his garage right over on 4th Street. So. Yep, so these were pictures from last year. This is an early 1940s trotwood that was completely rebuilt. The original was taken apart and used for patterns, and they'll be back this year as well. That's the inside, all birchwood interiors. Yeah, people visit and they come in there, and then it's kind of funny when you see them come out crying because, oh, this reminds me of Grandma and Grandpa, or we had one of these. Mary there, closest to the door, she's one of our great tin can characters, so she livens every place up. So
You always have to have somebody, right?
Yep. Another little 10 or 12 footers. So.
They're small.
Yep, they're tiny, but cozy and comfortable, and they might not have all the amenities. Kim is from downriver area, so this was her first little trailer that she worked on, little Scotty. This is an Avion. This was a competitor to Airstream at the time. And people will do signage to let you know where they're from, and you know, and some of the little ones you just can poke your head in the door. The bigger ones, people will walk through. That's Ted. This is the 1935 Bolus. There's about 13 of those left on the road right now. So it's got the original wheels and axles, so we keep praying for it.
Look at that one now.
This is the big bus. This is another little more modern Avion. We had a rally, and the theme was dot, and they kept the dots on because they came to Wyandotte. So it's another older Airstream. Yeah, and then this is inside one of the little ones, so it's perfect for him. This is people looking in. This little tablescape stuff. People will decorate with theme, for the event. So.
That's a small.
Yep, that's a little fiberglass.
Yeah.
The fiberglass ones we refer to as eggs.
Eggs? Okay. All right.
This
So when
is
we
a
come
nice-
there Friday, we
yeah.
have to use the proper terminology,
yeah.
right? Okay.
This is a holiday house, a 1962 holiday house. So.
Hey.
It's all redone. So yeah, it's some great things, get some great ideas, and then as you visit. Sarah will be there if you would like to know more about the soup kitchen, and Rita will be there to know more about the Plarners. And
Okay.
we're looking for a good time. So and we hope everyone can make it down.
Let's hope the weather's nice.
It's camping. We will
right.
do it rain
I'm
or
sorry.
shine.
I'm sorry.
And, yep.
Yeah, but for these gals,
yeah.
or are you
Well,
going to have a
they'll-
canopy?
They'll be under someone's awning, so
Oh.
we'll take care of them. So.
All right.
But we're
Yeah.
pleased to be of help to the city.
I'm sorry,
so.
I said that because camping is everything and anything, and
Oh.
especially the rougher it is, the better it is.
no.
Well, I've got 6 people working on my weather committee, so
Oh.
I've delegated that out. So I hope they're not slacking. But
Good luck.
and another shout out I'd like to do is we have a local artist in town, Con Lutz, and you'll see a lot of her work. She's been doing a lot of Third Friday and other special event posters. So she came up with this one for us, and it's just all hand done, and it's just a beautiful little
That is.
poster. You'll see these around town. So
That is nice.
Okay, so they're in our businesses around
yep,
town?
yep, they're in the windows everywhere. So
Okay.
yep. So
I like that sketch, though. I mean,
yep. Actually, this was Mary that you saw earlier,
Uh-huh.
and her red and white. So yep.
Yeah.
So
tin
Nostalgic.
canters.
yep. Yeah, so good.
Okay, so this is 100th here. Are you planning on coming back in a couple of years? Or are you
Oh yes.
1 year at a time?
1 year at a time, but next, there's talk about coming back. The Tin Cans love Wyandotte, so
Okay.
we don't want to wear out our welcome, but we're working with, we're networking with DDA and a few other organizations, and so this is kind of a trial run for that for the next time we come. So
Okay. We have to also remind people that you're going to be setting up Friday, and at the same time, the engineering group will be setting up in Yak Arena. So you might have a flow of people between the two things.
that weekend, where's I don't know where to look. That weekend, there's a lot going on that weekend. We've got the Tin Can Tourist. We've got it's Restaurant Week here in town. There's a leisurely wine stroll in the Dot is hosting downtown. The Names Expo, the engineering modeling thing at the Yak, which is a great thing. I think it's the Hebda Cup is going on.
That's starting. Yep.
Yep. So it's going to be a busy
You're going
weekend
to have
next
people
weekend.
coming down just for the rowing because they block off Biddle from Eureka to
Right.
that part.
So,
So
Right.
plan on seeing a lot of people.
yeah, it's going to be a good time in Wyandotte.
Okay, so we have
It's
to wrap it
exciting.
up, but don't forget, be down there if you can, and have a nice Easter. Take care.